Good things come to those who wait. I'm sorry I'm late, guys. Yeah, lots of stuff, and then I realised I didn't have any sugar in my coffee. So yes, the coffee has to be good for you guys, I'm afraid. Okay, that's enough procrastinating. Time to get on with the show. And hello to everyone in chat, including Jag, who's probably going to be calling me names, I know. Anyway, let's get into this. Lots of news today. It's not been a slow news day. So first off, oh, I've got to do that. Everything has to be perfect for you guys. Sorry. There we go. Live TV. Okay, yeah. League of Legends have come out with their new idea of how they're going to deal with toxic players, and it's basically tied into their new loot and crafting system. Yes, they've introduced a new loot and crafting system that's obviously like everybody else's. You know, you potentially get key drops and crate drops and that, and the idea is with people that are tagged on the servers as toxic players are going to have, well, basically be denied access to these new loot drops and being able to use this crafting system. So once again, Riot are trying to deal with the age-old problem of toxic players. Whether it works is debatable, because people have tried all sorts of things. I mean, I think in the past they've denied players access to, what is it, ranks, gear and things like that, and there's been so many different methods. So whether this actually stops people, I've no idea. It will just be a way of distinguishing good players from bad players, I suppose. If you can tell good players have got the decent loot, and the ones that are liable to be calling you nasty names in the chat are probably without. Anyway, yeah. Also on the note of League, I did also notice something about they've revamped one of the heroes. What was it, Poppy? They've given her some new, basically a revamp. I didn't see much about that. That was just one of the add-ons to the story I noticed. But yeah, there you go. Some League news. That my brother will be happy because he's now obsessed with League because of his girlfriend. Anyway, moving on. This was quite an interesting story, I thought. Apparently, Namco have had a patent in place for the past 20 years that involves having been able to have like mini games on the loading screen, and essentially this patent is up as of Friday, I think it was. And to celebrate this, some indie devs and that have got together and they're holding a game jam on over the weekend, basically creating mini games that would work on like a loading screen. But it's basically them kind of debating and this whole freedom to create, because obviously patents prevent that kind of thing because it's, you know, intellectual property. But it just seems to be a very strange patent people have had in place. This story was reported on, where is it? I think Polygon actually reported this back in early part of the year. I think it was January, February. They saw this was coming. I think they got a lead from Gama Sutra, one of the legal team there, stumbled across this patent that's been in place for the last 20 years. But as of Friday, this patent is over and done with, and obviously Namco aren't renewing it. So yeah, I thought that was quite a cool little thing. Just check chat, what's going on. Jaguars, I need to be marked toxic so I don't get addicted to opening cheap chests. Okay. Would like us to derail your stream again. Oh, Io Balor is going to determine to derail the stream. Okay. Well, there's plenty of news stories, so there's plenty for you to kind of throw me a curveball on. So yes, I'm pretty fried. I did actually get some sleep last night, so I am a bit more compos mentis, but I still haven't had enough coffee today. So right, okay, moving on. As always, if there's anything you guys have seen that you want to comment on, if there's any news stories, anything like that, obviously you can mention it in the chat, or you can send me a tweet and with the link or whatever. What else? Oh yeah, Battlefront, yes. Where are we? Where's the next one along? Oh no, it wasn't Battlefront. Yes. This is one of the more amusing stories of the day. DOA! DOA Extreme 3 has... well, it's not coming to Europe and America. Apparently, Tecmo Koei, or Koei Tecmo, whoever they are now, have said they aren't releasing DOA Extreme 3 in the West because of... what was the statement? I'm trying to find it again now. I've lost it. There's so many tabs. Yeah, they're basically doing it because they don't want the backlash from, you know, a lot of the feminist press that's kind of been dominating Reddit and Twitter and that over the past... It's almost a year and a half now with the whole Gamergate thing and that. But yes, Tecmo Koei are basically taking themselves out of the equation there by not releasing DOA Extreme in Europe and America. But the most amusing thing I found about this was, I don't know if I can set this up on this in a second. Get rid of that. Right, add. Sorry, I'm doing this on the fly. There was so many bits and pieces today. I'm kind of at a loss of where I am. Where is it? Talk amongst yourselves. Okay, who else is in there? Pre-owned section HMV gets filled with return DOA games. Yeah, it's always the joke. DOA is the only fighting game that you play with one hand, isn't it? Right, where's all my assets? There's so many assets today. Right, okay. I'm getting there. Right, okay, good. Right. I'm punching this up on the fly, don't worry. We'll get there in the end. There we go. Okay. So extent, I've actually seen people have started change.org petitions to try and get Tecmo to release it in America. I go, why? No. It's a game, it's their choice if they don't want to release it. It's a case of it's a dumb reason why they don't want to release it. They basically don't want the bad press. Social justice warrior nonsense. Wow, bold. Yeah, I know. Jag, is that a fat joke, John? Yes, it was. Yes. Anyway, so yeah, that was one of the more amusing stories from the day. Yeah, tell me what you think in the comments, in the chat. Where you stand on should Tecmo actually release it in Europe and in the States. Honestly, it's one of those games I don't care about. If they want to release it, they want to release it. It's the market will decide. If people want to buy it, they will buy it, and then people are going to be up in arms about it, whether it's released here or isn't. So yeah, I bet those people that want to play it are just pissed off. Yeah, I'm presuming a lot of people will just play it just to piss off the social justice warriors. As I said, I think I've said it before. The whole thing with Gamergate, I just don't see the point. It's whichever side of the fence, when you're slinging that much mud, whether you're for or against Gamergate, whatever you stand, when you sling that much mud, everybody's going to get covered in shit. So it is just a pointless exercise. Just get over life. Just get over it all. This is games. Can't we just enjoy games? Can't it? Why does it have to evolve into political nonsense? Please, can we just play some games? Anyway. Battlefront. Yes, details have come out today about the new Battlefront DLC, Battle of Jacko. Jaco? How do you pronounce that? Please help, chat. Let me know. How do you pronounce it? Yeah, they've released details on what is going to be involved. There's stuff about star cards. I didn't read that much, but I did read about the new game mode, which is a 40-player game mode where you play as the Rebel Alliance taking over an area. Where is it? Presumably available 1st of December to pre-order as 8th of December for everyone else. I think I have got footage. We got footage? Yes, we have. There we go. I'll read this while you watch the pretty pictures. So, where is it? New maps. Where's the details about the new... I've lost it again. As I said, I'm a bit fried today. Not enough coffee. But yeah, there's essentially a new game mode wherever I can find the damn thing. Sorry. Anyway, yes, there's a new game mode which allows you to... Because, I mean, this ups the game modes from, what, 9 to 10? So they are adding stuff, but it is that whole thing of... It's DLC, it's little bits of content that have been kind of sliced off the main game. And the whole thing is, Battle Jacko better be worth $70 because the rest of the game ain't. Yeah, that is the one thing I've heard a lot about Battlefront. As I said before, it seems to have been one just for people that want to kind of are Star Wars fans that just want to live that Star Wars experience. Anybody that wants a hardcore shooter and that kind of thing, it's a bit meh. It's one of those games that people have played it for like 5 minutes and gone, yeah, I've played it, right, move on. It doesn't seem to have any longevity. Even though it's got all these different game modes, the fact that they're adding this new game mode and that, evidently it's still not got the life in it. It's not got that longevity that Battlefield and Call of Duty have always had. So I think they probably expanded the player base because it's got the Star Wars franchise tied in. Yeah, Jacko is where episode 7 starts. Yeah, this is where they're trying to tie it into the film next month, essentially. So this is obviously them trying to tie everything together. Scavenging from destroyed ships. Battle of Jacko, yeah. From Battlefield to... but I want the whole game. Yeah, I mean, we are never going to get a whole game from an EA, are we? They are always going to slice stuff off for... DLC and microtransactions and this, that and the other. You're never going to get a complete package, but that is the nature of the beast now. That is the nature of the big publishers. You are always going to have content sliced off, which is a disappointment. But I mean, on slightly better news, PC version of Battlefront, the modders have been at it and they have been tweaking, and I think this is part of the Toddy Hunter. One of the ones that does a lot of the mods, graphical overhaul mods for GTA, has been at it with Battlefront, and if I've got yes, I had got this queued up, has basically done an overhaul. So it looks a lot more realistic, a lot more. Looking at the images in close-up, it almost looks like it's video footage, so it does have that sense of more realism to it. But so IO Balhor's going on about DLC price. Yeah, I think the DLC is basically doubles the price of the game, doesn't it? But after spending $70 already, yeah, it is just stupid money. So that's 120 euros IO Balhor spent on it. Ouch. Yeah, very much ouch. But yeah, I thought I'd just show you guys this. I will leave a link to the whole Imgur gallery so you can actually see what the graphical enhancements are like, and that is one of the plus points of, you know, PC Master Race. You get mods like this. But as I said yesterday, Battlefront is still dominant on PS4, and PC user, what was it? PC and Xbox combined didn't have didn't even add up to the amount of users on PS4. So yeah. Anyway, moving on. Okay, this is the other amusing story from today. I'll show you that picture. You probably have no idea what that is. I didn't either when I first saw all the stories about this. Apparently, this is a kitchen utensil called the Jewel, and it's basically designed to kind of cook meals using boiling water and that. But the fact is, there's been a rather unusual person investing in it. Yes, your eyes weren't deceiving you. That was Gaben himself. Gabe Newell has invested in. No, it's not a blender. It's some sort of. I can't remember how they described it. Where is it? Seattle startup Chef Steps have founded. Where is it? It's Sue something or other. It's basically it boils your food. I've no idea. It seems it's a $200 kitchen utensil, but for some reason Gaben seems impressed with it because he's invested money in it. So yeah, Gabe now doing his Dragon Den bit, or Shark Tank if you're in the States. So yeah, it's newer Hitachi product. Clearly bathroom running relay races. Yeah. I'm waiting for the people to start photoshopping it into a dildo and things like that. But anyway, so yeah, that was the second weirdest story of the day. The DOA and that, basically, it's been a really odd day for news. As I say, it's not been a slow news day, but it's just been really weird. Oh yeah, I didn't say anything about Fallout yesterday, so we've got some Fallout news today. Apparently Bethesda are rolling out the new patch for it, but they're doing it as a beta. Where is it? I will leave the details down below. But yes, if you have Fallout on PC, basically Steam version, you can basically opt into the beta and get access to the patch ahead of everyone else, just for the beta testing. New features. Number pad keys have been now used for remapping. Mapping activated now works on quick container, whatever that is. Fixes, general memory and stability improvements. Fixed issues where equipment weapons become locked after completing reunions. Blah 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 blah. I'll leave a link down below how you can access it if you are playing Fallout 4 and want to try out the patch ahead of everyone else. I don't think they've actually given details when the patch is actually going to be rolled out. Beta test updates, blah 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 blah. No, this not on this article. It doesn't actually say when everybody else is going to get access, but if you want to try the patch before everyone else and test it, see if it does actually do any fixes to the myriad of glitches, amusing as they might be, there you go. Also, more Fallout news. This is more of a crossover though. Fallout 4 outfits in Rock Band. Now, this was a weird one. Obviously, Rock Band, they are trying to revive the music games, and from what I've heard, this and the new Guitar Hero ones are fairly popular. They seem to have kind of revived it a little, but this just seems like a weird kind of mashup. I mean, I suppose it doesn't cost them a lot, and there is kind of, I think it's Harmonix and Rock Band basically trading on the popularity of Fallout. But yeah, it just seems like a weird addition to Rock Band. You know, I'm gonna rock out in my Vault outfit. Yeah, that was just a weird one. The whole of today's news is just weird stories, I'm afraid. So, yes. I battle more Fallout. Yes. What do you expect? Fallout is dominating the news. You look at any news site, they're going on about Fallout 4. It's basically going to be that until the new year, because there isn't any more news really. I mean, after this Friday, after all the Black Friday deals and that's it. There is no more news, no more new releases and all that. No power armor. Yeah, I could see that actually being quite funny. Doing Rock Band in power armor. That would actually be hilarious. I want a Fallout onesie, to be fair. Oh, Jag, sorry. Okay, what next? Divekick. Obviously, Divekick came out, what? I think it's almost like a year, 18 months ago now. Divekick, obviously, is a 2-button fighting game. But it's getting an update and new character added to the roster. You get to play as the fencer from Nidhogg now. So, unlike the other characters who just have jump and kick, he seems to have more moves to him. So whether they've actually added more buttons, I don't know, or it's going to be a combination that you can chuck your sword. So yeah, that's obviously indies are known for doing their crossover stuff. A game with 2 buttons, dive and kick, yes. Or kick and dive, depending on which combination you want to do it in. So yes, you have now got the Edition Plus of Divekick with new character. So I that was just a cool little one. We may, I don't know if Jag or Yaki might be up for it, but we may dip back into Divekick again at some point and maybe try that out. What else have we got? As I said, there's lots of stories today. PS4, yes. Apparently PS4 has shifted 30 million units now. I think the final score was 30.2. Where is it? I may have deleted that tab. Yeah, probably. Okay, yeah, it was about 30.2 million units. So, yeah, it's impressive. I think this is just purely Sony trying to get ahead of the Black Friday deals and say, look, we've sold this many units. This is definitely the console you want. But, oh, Iobalo, I've got to go. I wanted to rant about Civil War, but we're too slow to start the stream. I know, I'm sorry, I was about to get to Civil War. It's the second but next one on the list. I was going to talk about Bloodborne and then Civil War. So if you can hang around for 2 more minutes, I can get to Civil War and you can get your rant out, or you can say it now and I'll pass it on to everyone else. So yes, PS4 shifted 30 million units. I don't know whether that is the whole, we've sold through 30 million units or we've sold 30 million units to stores. Whether that's actually gone into people's homes is another thing. Iobalos will wait. Okay, right. Bloodborne, yes. Obviously, the Dark Hunters DLC came out yesterday, and finally, people have been able to turn into a beast. This is what a lot of people have been wanting to do since Project Beast was announced, whenever it was, a couple of years ago now. But now there is, as always with Bloodborne, a convoluted way of how to become a beast. And it basically involves defeating a boss, killing a bunch of hunters in another area, going to another research lab, collecting a skull, and then you eventually get to turn into a beast. So it's Bloodborne. What more do you expect? It's very much Bloodborne. But at least the DLC, what I've seen so far, it's all been very, very positive. People are going to be picking away at it though for months. Whether there'll actually be anything, a lot more detail revealed, because obviously, as I said yesterday, this is essentially 2 bits of DLC shoved together. So normally the way that FromSoft work is they leave little kind of breadcrumbs of what's going to be in future releases and things like that, future DLC. But because these two are clumped together, I don't know. I have Wii U. Okay, never mind. I think Jag needs a medication or more coffee. I need more coffee. Those games, it says that it's pretty tame compared to DS1, where it could kill wrong bosses and lock the DLC till you complete the game. Okay, I didn't know that. So, it's pretty tame. But I wonder if that's because they've kind of rushed it out and pushed the two together. So as I said, it's been fairly positive what I've read about it, but there doesn't seem to be massive, love for it as there has been with Bloodborne itself or with the original Soul series. It seems to have a bit of a whimper to it, but it's Bloodborne. People love it. Okay. Civil War. So yes, if you're like me, you woke up this morning to see Civil War trending and thinking, oh god, what's happening in Syria now? But no, Marvel have released the new trailer for Captain America Civil War. I know this is completely unrelated to games, but it's trending, so I thought I'd talk about it. My initial reactions, it looks okay. It actually looks more like a Captain America film. I was worried when they started announcing, oh well, it's going to have Iron Man in, it's going to have Black Panther in, it's going to have all these other characters. Oh, I just felt like, oh, it's going to turn into another Avengers film. But from what you see in the trailer, it definitely does look like it is very much focused on Captain. And Jack has never seen a Captain America movie. I think you're trolling us, aren't you? Never mind. Yeah, it does look... Obviously, it's hinting at the Registration Act and all that kind of thing, but I don't think it's going to focus on that. It definitely looks like, at least from what you can infer from the trailers, it is Steve Rogers going off on his own to protect Bucky. So it feels like it could be potentially a little darker. It's trying to explore something a bit different. But only a cameo in it. Yeah. I mean, the best cameo I actually saw in the trailer was, it does actually show Black Panther at one point, doesn't it? For about half a second. Not coming up at some point soon. Anyway. So yeah, I mean, what did you guys reckon? I was a little disappointed with what it looked like. There you go. Black Panther for half a second. Yeah, it looks alright, but I can't say I'm hyped. I don't know how to feel about it. I am starting to get a little burnt out on superhero movies. So we're all telling Fran to watch Iron Man, are we? Oh, never mind. There's so many films we actually have to make Fran watch. So yeah, what did you guys think? Your first reactions, what did you think to Civil War? Personally, it looks good, but I can't say I'm that hyped for it. It feels a bit like when I first saw the Ant-Man trailer. It goes, yeah, it'll work. I think it will be a good film, but I can't really get hyped about it. I'm starting to get burnt out on the Marvel movies. They are all good. I think the only one I'm kind of looking forward to is Doctor Strange, because I know that's going to have to be a fucking weird film because it's a fucking weird comic book. I think Marvel has churned out too many movies to the point where they're selling on the hype and plot suffers. Netflix is more mature. Marvel. Yeah, I mean, are we going to see any of the kind of the Netflix, the Defenders type stuff leading into the greater Marvel universe? Obviously, they've done some references in the TV shows, in stuff like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Daredevil, Jessica Jones. They've done hints to it, but they are still keeping them very separate. So whether we're going to have the TV shows actually kind of infiltrate the movies is going to be interesting. Obviously, the scope of Civil War is it could encompass all the Marvel properties that have actually been dedicated to screen, but I mean, I can't say I noticed it in the first couple of times I watched through it. Still no sign of Spider-Man. Obviously, Spider-Man is supposed to be having a cameo, but I can't say I saw him in the trailer there. Did you guys? Please tell me if you did, because it must have been that quick I didn't see. Oh, I Balor, bye. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate all the comments and buoying up Jag's lack of Marvel knowledge. So yeah, I mean, that is pretty much everything from today that I saw. As I said, there was a lot of very, very strange stories. There doesn't seem to have been anything fairly coherent or, you know, kind of really massive stories that kind of broke out. It seems to be all these kind of weird ones. There's stuff like there's a expansion, well, a follow-up to Retro City Rampage is getting like a 16-bit version. What else did I see news of? There's the other stories. Bear with us. Talk amongst yourselves. There was one other thing. No, not you. Yeah. No, I can't find anything else. Was there anything else useful? We can always be marvellous like you, John. I'm just going to take that as a compliment. Yeah. I know there's going to be venom behind that, but I'm just going to take the compliment. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Oh, yes, that was it. Was it the CEO or lead designer from Tripwire? Obviously, I reported on Tripwire introducing microtransactions to Killing Floor yesterday. Apparently, one of the head honchos back there has come out and spoken to, was it Kotaku he actually spoke to? And said, basically referencing all the kerfuffle there's been with Overkill and Payday, and saying stuff like, this isn't going to affect the development of the game. This isn't going to affect early access. It's very much all the cosmetic items that are available. 90 to 95% of them are actually created by the community. So it's not actually going to affect the overall development schedule, because the ones on the team that are actually working on it are all back-end people that are actually working on the website and things like that. So it's not affecting kind of the core development team that are still working on the game, still working on maps and mechanics and things like that. So that all seemed positive. Also, stuff like he is referencing they are going to be talking with the community. They're not going to do like a complete go radio silent and ignore the community and ignore the backlash. He has acknowledged that there is going to be a lot of developers that were thinking of introducing microtransactions that are going to be hesitant because of all the bad press that Payday has garnered. But he says for them it is kind of part of what they were planning for the game. They obviously had DLC and cosmetics in Killing Floor 1, so they were planning it for Killing Floor 2. So he has actually gone out of his way to kind of calm tempers, it looks like, and I think they've done a better press PR job of it than obviously Overkill and Starbreeze have with Payday. But yeah, that as I say is pretty much all the news I stumbled across today. As I said, it's a weird mishmash of stuff. As always, I'll leave a link to all the kind of relevant news stories and everything in the description below, whether you're checking out the VOD on Twitch here or if you go across to the YouTube channel. Talking about YouTube, last night you may have seen Fran playing the latest episode of Minecraft. Minecraft Story Mode Episode 3. Was it The Last Place You Look? So yeah, first two parts of that went up last night, and there's another part going out this evening, so do come along to the channel, check that out. Obviously you can check it out, youtube.com/thekillerbits. And if you want to get in touch with us, obviously you can get in touch on Facebook at facebook.com/thekillerbits, or you can get in touch with us at thekillerbits on Twitter. And if you want to help out the show, obviously you can do by maybe going over to Patreon, dropping us $1. But I mean, the biggest thing you can do is obviously subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the videos with your friends. Is probably the biggest thing you can actually do to actually help spread the word about the Kilobits. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed my rambling on. I'm going to hang on in chat for another minute or so. So if there is anything, do let me know. If there's anything you want me to talk about tomorrow, again, obviously you can let me know in the comments for the video, or get in touch with us on Twitter and I will look it up for tomorrow. Alright, well, unless there's anything else, I will see you anon.